Hi, Jenny Morrissette here with HomeSmart Realty Group, and I am with Brandi. Brandi, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Brandi. I'm with Real Property Management.
Great. And she is a property manager here in Colorado, and I do residential sales in the Tri-County area, so Arapahoe, Douglas, and Jefferson County. And I had a few questions for you, Brandi. I wanted to find out what's happening in the rental market.
So what's really interesting is we're finally starting to see the rental market is kind of leveling out, getting some normalcy to it. So the report for the third quarter of the year came out recently, and normally with the third quarter of the year we see an increase. So from the second quarter. So what we saw was actually it went down. So for average 3-bedroom prices in Q2 across the whole metro area, the average was about $2,094 per month, and we saw a drop down to about $2,025, which is not seasonal. We usually see a seasonal change going from Q3 to Q4, but seeing a drop like that from Q2 to Q3 is very, very rare. So it's really the first drop that we've seen in years like that. So we are starting to see a shift in the marketplace.
Okay. So that was one of my other questions is, do you see seasonal lulls? And you just answered that. So you said usually the third quarter is or fourth quarter is a little slower, right?
Yep, so usually starting about now, nobody really wants to move between Thanksgiving and Christmas, so that's always our slowest time of year. January usually picks up a little bit, but it's still slow comparatively to a summer month, and then through February, March. April, things start going up a little bit again.
Okay. So can you tell us a little bit about rental hotspots? Are there any areas where you don't see dips in the rental market, or?
There's so many variables to that. I think most cities have hotspots in them. We're still seeing single-family homes are, having very low vacancy rates. So I would say with the single-family home market, there's still really, really good market in most areas.
Okay. And so are there any areas that are oversaturated?
Yes, so we're starting to see, if you drive by downtown, you'll see cranes everywhere. So they're building, most of them are apartments, which are directly competing with our condo market. So a lot of these condo buildings are offering huge movement incentives. I just saw a flyer in my gym for a new build at 8th in Colorado. They were offering a $2,000 Visa gift card and first month free to move in.
Wow.
So, what's happening is our condo owners are having to compete with that. So anywhere where there's a lot of new builds, especially downtown, we're seeing a lot of saturation. Our condos aren't moving quite as fast. We also have been recently seeing a ton of homes available in Highlands Ranch. So there's a lot of availability there.
Okay. So if an investor is looking for rental property, what are some things that they should look for at a property?
Great question. So I would definitely recommend a single family home, ideally 3 beds, 2 baths, great school district. You definitely want to make sure that the purchase price is going to give you, it's going to be low enough of the purchase price that you're going to be able to get some income with the rental rate. So look for places where rental rates are still high for sure.
Okay. So are you saying then that a 1-bedroom condo is not going to rent as well as a single family house?
It may or may not, depends on the price and also what's competing around it, but we do see a higher demand for single family homes. So single family homes, vacancy rates right now I think are about mid-2s, whereas when you're looking at condos, apartments, things along that line, vacancy rates are around the 5% range, some areas as high as 7%. So there's just a little bit more competition. So we still rent 1-bedroom condos frequently. We just might have to be a little bit more competitive with the price to get it leased.
Okay. And so what does a good property management company do? Like, why would somebody want to hire your company or you?
Yeah, definitely. There are so many things that go into property management. It's not just collecting a rent check each month. You want to have somebody that's going to screen your tenants very effectively so that you're getting a good quality tenant. You want to have somebody that's there to help with any maintenance issues that arise. Sometimes you may not be available on Christmas. We get lots of calls on Christmas for people whose stoves aren't working or the heat's gone out, and it's really frustrating. It's really frustrating when you have to stop everything and handle that when it's just you doing it on your own, but when you're hiring a team of people to help you, that's what you've hired them for, and that takes that headache away from you. If any problems arise, if the tenants aren't watering the yard, or if they have folks in the home that aren't supposed to be living there, if they're growing marijuana, you need to be equipped with how to handle those things. So as property managers, we're knowledgeable in the space of how to handle those problems should they arise.
Okay. And do you help people figure out their return on investment or ROI on properties, or is that something that their realtors should be doing?
So we can help a little bit. If you ever have a property that you're looking into buying, we can do a free rental analysis just to give you an idea of what it may rent for. So that can kind of give you a gauge if it's a good investment or not.
Okay. And with that rental analysis, can you kind of tell which area, like if the area around it's or where you're saturated and you're going to have to be a little more competitive? Or
yeah, so we can look and see how many properties are listed at that current time frame. If they're looking to close soon, we would have an idea. Hey, there's 30 listings in your zip code that are all 3 bedrooms. You're going to have to be a little competitive.
Right. Okay. Great. Well, I think that answers all of my questions on the rental market. Anything else you want to add or say?
No, I'm kind of going along with, I know you had asked me, how to find a good property manager. I always tell people don't shop 100% based off price. There's a lot of discount brokerages out there, but you really get what you pay for. We get a lot of folks that come to us saying they got a great deal, but they get 0 service. So just be really aware of that. Make sure if you have a property manager, they're doing a nationwide criminal background search, not just one through the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, because it's $6. If they have a felony and just got out of jail in Wyoming, you would like to know that. So just it's a great time to rent. I still think the market is very good. But yeah, I think there's a lot of great things for renting out your property right now.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much. Again, this is Jenny Morrissette with HomeSmart Realty Group and
Brandi Bishop with Real Property Management.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.